Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today is part 3 of me exposing my own shopping and showing you guys eyeshadow palettes that I have purchased but never actually used. This is going to be the final installment in the series of 3 and I've got 12 eyeshadow palettes in front of me to show you and talk about that I have purchased and have yet to use for one reason or another. So if that sounds interesting to you or you just want to hang out, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload videos 2 times a week. It's totally free to subscribe and I would love to have you back again on the channel. Alright, so let's get into the palettes. It is after a long Mother's Day here, so I'm trying to re-zhuzh myself a little bit. I've been out in the sun, so the hair is a little flat. It's giving flat. But it's fine, it's fine. We're here for the eyeshadow. So first off, I'm gonna show you guys, I have a few ColourPop palettes that I purchased and never used. And the first 2 are from the ColourPop collab that they did with Animal Crossing. And this one is the Nook Ink palette. And I think the reason I haven't used these is because I didn't actually realize when I bought them that they each have a pressed glitter in them. And I am not about using things that are not eye safe on the eyes. So even though it's a quad, I basically only have 3 shadows for each of these if I do want to play it safe and not use the one that is not eye safe, you know, the pressed glitter on the eyes. Now, ones like this I have used before, like on the cheek, and used the glitter that way so that it's not like too close to my eyes. So maybe I'll do that because I do really like the mint shadows and shades. It was just my own fault. I didn't read closely enough, but I do love Animal Crossing. A Switch is like the only console Wes and I don't own between us, and we really want one. I want to get the OLED one, but with wedding financial planning and stuff, it just currently isn't in the cards, but we'll get there. And then the other one I have is the La Belle of the Ball. Same thing, there is one of these in the corner that is a pressed glitter that I didn't realize is a pressed glitter. It's really pretty, it's just not considered eye safe, and I'm not willing to risk scratching my cornea. So I love the other like purple shades, especially this one looks like a really pretty duochrome, this purple one right here. So I really do need to still like use the other colors in it and just like avoid the pressed glitter, you know, but I know those are why I have avoided those, because I was like, ew, you tricked me. Reminds me of Manny MUA and Laura Lee, their podcast. If you guys watch that full coverage, I think they're really funny. And then the other ColourPop little quad that I bought and I haven't used is Never Taurus Apart. I'm not personally a Taurus, I'm a Leo personally, but they came out with these astrological, like these little plastic quads, and this one just looked really good to me. I think greens look really good with my brown eyes, and especially this shade is this cool kind of like greeny, bronzy, goldy. I don't know if you can see the duochrome on camera, but it's really pretty. And I just liked how this quad looked. I thought it looked really warm and rich, and I thought it would go great with my eye color. That being said, I have not used it. I feel like this is more of like a fall color story maybe, I don't know. I think the fact that it's been spring and I've wanted to play more with color and some bright things leaning into summer has held me back from this one, but it looks really pretty and I'm looking forward to using that. Same with the final ColourPop one here that I bought and haven't used. This is the Sprinkle Little Magic palette, which is their collab with Disney and Tinkerbell specifically. I really like all the like raised up glittery feeling circles and designs that they have on this palette. ColourPop kills it with their packaging and their cute components and stuff always. But here is this one if you haven't seen it. I think a lot of these have like at least one kind of cool duochromes in them that I really was attracted to because of these, and I do like their Super Shock eyeshadow formula. So yeah, same thing. This one, I think it's just like this time of year, this season, I don't really reach for this color story too much, but these 2 pinks right here, I do really want to try them as blushes because I think those are really pretty kind of muted pink colors that I think could work really nicely is blushes, and the rest are kind of like just different green shades and gold. So I need motivation. If you've used any of these, give me some motivation. Tell me to use these and like get on it, you know? I do have some other indie brands in here too. So here is the next one. This is a palette that I thought was going to be discontinued, and this isn't actually in the palette. Like, it's not in its original packaging. This is from Menagerie Cosmetics, and this is the Whale Song palette. Now, it's not in the Whale Song palette packaging because it was out of stock, and they said for like a long time that it was being discontinued, wasn't coming back, whatever. So I actually have it all in singles, and this is just like the palette that came with it when I purchased so many singles. And it's kind of annoying because they stopped doing square pans at some point. So I have all the shades, but one of them is in a circle, which is annoying, but you know what, it is what it is. I have all the shades, and I've yet to use this palette. I almost didn't even get it because it's very blue, but it's like blue green, so I think I can work with that because I like a blue look when I just put the blue on the outer corner and the rest green. And these shimmers look really, really stunning, especially like this one right here. It's kind of, again, like a tealy blue green shifty looking shade. So I really like Menagerie's matte formula, but I haven't used this one yet. So this is the Whale Song palette, but just in a weird, different magnetic palette form. And then also for Menagerie Cosmetics, I purchased the Flight Club palette and have not used it yet. Here's this one, which why? I don't know, because I freaking love eyeshadow when it is purple. Like, anything purple is like my absolute favorite. So why I haven't touched this one yet, truly couldn't tell you. Really couldn't, other than, again, like just lost in the mix. And again, there's some of these colors like this one that I feel like are these nice muted tones, even maybe like this one, that I think could make for really pretty blushes. It just depends on the formula, because sometimes I feel like eyeshadows, when you put them on the cheek, they like stick to one spot and they don't want to blend out properly, but other formulas work really well for blushes. So I'd like to try this for blush. Even like you could do something kind of purpley and punchy, I feel like, for blush. And there's some really pretty berry colors. Again, I don't know if it's just in my mind, this is more of like a fall berry, like wintry color story, or why I'm avoiding this one per se, but Menagerie's shimmers are wonderful. I've used the Feral palette somewhat recently, and it's so amazing. It's so good. But yeah, I have 2 Menagerie palettes I haven't used yet, and there's other stuff from Menagerie that I want, and I've told myself, like, no, you are not allowed to buy anything else from this brand when you have 2 perfectly good palettes sitting here that you haven't even tried or used yet. So I've kept to that to myself, you know, like the whole I haven't broken that and haven't bought anything, but you need to use these. They look amazing. Next up is one I actually got from TJ Maxx, and I don't know if this brand is doing okay right now, you guys. It's Ether Beauty or Aether Beauty, I'm not sure how you say it. And like I said, I got this one from TJ Maxx. This is their Moonlight Crystal palette, but on Instagram, I've seen them doing like sales on everything, like 80% site-wide, and I'm like, y'all good over there? Like, what's going on? So I've never tried this brand, but this color story looked really pretty. I've seen Batty Bean play with this on her channel, and the shimmers look really, really nice, especially this one. Like, they almost look like those holographic shimmers that have started coming out. I feel like this one looks like it might need a glitter glue to be truly impactful, but it just looks really jewel toned and dreamy, and it was $7 at TJ Maxx. So I was like, for $7, I will try it. However, here we are, and I have not tried it. So what is my problem? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I feel like I am doing okay though in trying like to use stuff in my collection though, because I've been keeping track of all of the palettes I've used so far this year and how many times I've used each of the palette. And I have used, we're not even halfway through the year, I've used almost 40 different eyeshadow palettes this year, like in my collection. So I am using stuff. I feel like that's a decent amount, right? What do you think? But there's still stuff I own and I haven't tried. So that's why we're on the low buy. I will leave linked if you haven't seen it. My entire makeup collection inventory where I talk about everything I've got and kind of why I'm on a low buy right now. Next up from Alamar Cosmetics, and I've tried stuff from their brand but never eyeshadow, is the Spanglish palette. Kathleen Lights actually convinced me that I needed this in my life. It's this really cute book style, and it's just like this really romantic, pinky, purpley, orangey, warm toned palette. It looks really nice. These shimmers look lovely. It's 8 pans. It's not like too much, but I think this one I could pull out in the summer and do like a fun pink or orange or purple kind of brighter look. So that one I'm going to try to like keep out and remind myself to use soon, but I haven't used that yet. And I've got a few more now. I've got one from Juvia's Place. They were having a really nice sale on this, and I've always seen it, but I've just never bought it. I think I just was like, oh, I have plenty of neutrals, but what got me is this sparkly yellow. I don't know if you can see the sparkles on camera, but it's like a shimmery yellow, and I live for a shimmery yellow, so if nothing else, I bought this palette for the yellow. Truly. Truly. But this is just like a really interesting neutral palette to me. This is the Nomad palette, if I didn't say that. And it is only a 9 pan as well, but they're huge pans, so I need to try that. I have tried Juvia's formula before. I'll leave linked from a long time ago a video I did of the new Nubian palette, which I liked, but that one I got tricked to and didn't pay attention and has a pressed glitter, so I feel like I don't use that palette all that often because of that. Next up is a Morphe palette, and I wasn't going to get this at first, but it just drew me in. This is the Morphe collab with Ashley Strong. I did watch the first season of, was it James Charles, like the YouTube competition thing? I'm pretty sure she was the winner. And I really did think she was great at her artistry. I love palettes that open like this. It reminds me of the Nikki Tutorials Beauty Bay palette. And she's got little messages here on the sides that are very inspiring. And I just liked this color story. It's like deep and grungy a little bit over here, but then we have, I love a periwinkle blue too, like in the inner corner, on the inner part of the lid. So I don't know, I just really liked the color story, but I'm not enough to use it yet, obviously. But yeah, and there's this like cool kind of pastel, like canary yellow too. And I like that the shades are called like, I am calm, I am focused, I am confident. Like it's an empowering statement type piece too. So need to use that one more. I'm very familiar with Morphe's quality, and I feel like it's fine, you know, nothing good or bad. And then the last two palettes here, guys, are Beauty Bay palettes. The first one is the Age of Opulence. This one's super rich. Again, this is more of a fall winter thing to me. And I think I even told myself that last year that, oh, when fall and winter comes, I'll use this more. Still haven't used it. Lied to myself. This looks really, really nice and rich, berry toned, jewel toned. I don't know why I haven't used it. I know I love Beauty Bay shimmers. I really do. This one I should be using. Like now is the perfect time for this. This is the Love Notes palette. I think they came out with this a whole year ago, but it's more like pinks and purples, and I should have put this in my Valentine's video. I don't think I did. That I just did when I recommended. I'll leave it linked if you're looking for pinks and purples this past year. This would have been perfect for it. That's why they came out with it last year, was for Valentine's Day. But yeah, this one, the purples especially, look so ultra sparkly without being pressed glitters. They're like wet looking, and I love that about Beauty Bay's formula. So yeah, guys, that's all 12 palettes in my collection that I've purchased but I haven't used yet. So now you guys have seen 12, 24, 36, I guess, palettes. And some of those I have used since I posted the other two videos. I'll leave those linked as well if you haven't seen them and you want to see things I own but I haven't used yet. Let me know if you want to see me film any looks or talk any more about any of these palettes. I'd be happy to film things for you. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. And I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!